Hey, what's happening, gamers? Welcome to a brand new Let's Play of Kamiko, the $5 Nintendo Switch eShop game.
Whoa, $5.
Abe Lincoln, that's right. So make sure you check out this game. It allows you to play as 3 characters, a sword, an arrow user, and a magic user.
And it has cool music.
And we are going to be playing as Yamato, the sword wielder.
It's all girls.
Yep, all girls.
Kawaii.
These are shrine maidens in a post-apocalyptic future, Japan.
Ooh.
Oh, child of the transient world. Yes. Old man voice.
I like how it looks, it's cute.
Abrupt though this may be, thou art summoned now to the realm of the dead.
Ooh.
So happy. Thou should know that the gates connecting thine transient world and our realm of the dead have been sealed by demons.
Oh no.
If this goes on, thine transient world will become ruled by said demons. And humans will be led down the path to destruction. He's a very dramatic guy.
Yeah.
Before you is the Imperial Regula, the blade of Kusanagi.
Yeah, regalia, I think, or something like that.
I don't know. This weapon has been granted to thou because amongst the shrine maidens you hold a special power.
You have blue hair.
Blue hair is a power in itself.
I know.
Hear my words, O child of the transient realm.
Oh no, she's got a cool helmet on.
Yep. Become the Kamiko who will vanquish the demons and release the seal on the gate between worlds. And now we're cast into the underworld.
Uh-oh.
The Forest of Awakening, Chapter 1.
Dun.
So as you can see, this is basically like an original Zelda game.
It's kawaii.
Top-down view, sword action.
Yep.
And you have to defeat monsters. Now, defeating monsters actually fills up your kind of combo meter, which acts as your shrine maiden's kind of like, I don't know, soul collecting thing.
Yeah, it is kind of like Zelda NES style.
More or less, yeah.
A little bit. Yeah, and I mean, I know that there are a lot of games out right now with female leads. I don't know why, but I do like that it has all girl characters. It's kind of cool.
So this game originally released on the Switch like during release, and by the time by the time April rolled around, or even before then, I believe there was an English patch available as soon as you bought the game if you had a Japanese Wii U account or Switch account. In fact, most Switch games in Japan are getting a lot of English dialogue if you are going to import games. So what we need to do with this key here, I've played a little bit, otherwise I would say you'd be a little confused.
Whoa.
So I understand how the puzzles work a little bit, except,
How are you supposed to, you can't even,
hang on. I did something wrong.
Do it all over
Keys
again.
are for locked doors, but that actually is a shrine that we need to activate.
So these people are kind of like Sailor Moon or something, and her, like...
Sailor
friends?
Scouts?
Yeah.
Yeah, by collecting these different shrines, you activate the means to go to the next world. And right behind here, there's actually a switch that we'll need to hit to open said door behind us.
Yeah.
And now we can continue.
I like the music, and I love the feel of the game. It's really awesome.
It's really great for a $5 game. Like, I mean, I can't express how good this is for $5. I mean, it's really not bad. It comes by a Japanese, I think, students or a very small company.
Wow.
The ending credits for this game was like literally only about a minute. So,
Cool.
yeah.
Wow, that's very impressive.
Well, this is the type of games that you would see in Japan from like people who are trying to make their debut in the industry or something. Not necessarily the same as like a manga artist or something like that, but still, it's pretty impressive. But no, this game borrows a lot of elements from, I would say, the original Zelda game, and some other games like Final Fantasy's Overworld, like the original, and some other stuff. And the music, it works really well with this game. And I like the premise of having to solve puzzles in order to like progress through it. So there's no real dungeons, they're bosses that you have to fight, but you have to go around collecting different items in order to unlock certain areas. So we're going to take this key here and go through the big door that we saw up here.
Oh, okay, cool.
And that will unlock another area of the forest that we can get to another shrine and hopefully, you know, get out of here and save the world. Now, they don't really tell you what happened in this. You're just kind of like abducted by this spirit being, and apparently you were a shrine maiden somewhere in Japan, and they bring you to the afterlife to kind of like quell an uprising or something. I don't know. They don't really explain it, and they don't explain it in the Japanese version either. They're just like, all right, here you are, here's a sword, go nuts.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, so, I mean, it's kind of a cool, simple game that's, I mean, I like the blue hair. And...
Yep, if you hold in the Y button, that is your special attack that uses the blue meter that's up there. But the blue meter is also necessary in order to unlock the shrines. You can see there's like a dark energy, like on the shrine.
Oh, right, yes, because purple is like, basically, dark.
So defeating the enemies is how we unlock the shrine.
So you unlocked part of it now?
Yeah, so we have to go fight a bunch of enemies in order to unlock it further.
Yeah, it does have a lot of... It almost looks like it has some elements of Link to the Past, but of course it doesn't look like that, but...
Link to the Past was a little bit bigger, and the character was more top-down than this.
Yeah, but definitely looks like Zelda NES a little bit, and some other games like that, but... Yeah, I mean, like, I can even imagine if they made this game longer, they could have even made it, you know, even more money, but yeah, like,
Well, I'm hoping that they'll actually get a sequel of this because it's only like 4 worlds and a final boss. So it's not very long at all.
Yeah, you're doing awesome though, showing it off. I wouldn't be anywhere near being able to.
I would say the learning curve for this, for people who've never played it, probably be about 30 minutes. And pretty much every world has the same type of puzzles. Like this one here, you need to go collect this giant ball. You need to get 2 of them in order to open the path to where the next shrine is. Every single level uses this mechanic.
Cool.
But they have different ways of going about it. So like they, you know, different obstacles that you have to get through and harder enemies and stuff like that. In terms of like different moves and stuff like that, if you tap the Y button repeatedly, then you have like a 3-hit combo. And you also see where it says combo meter? The more enemies you defeat, the longer your combo goes and the more souls you collect. Whereas before, when you're just hitting one enemy and you don't have like a combo multiplier going, you're not going to get that many points in order to unlock shrines.
Oh, cool. And how do you get the combo multiplayer
By
again?
defeating as many possible enemies in a row.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. All right. I see. Thanks.
See? Otherwise, you don't collect that many things. But the enemies do respawn when you come to new areas.
It looks like she's got like a Valkyrie helmet on or something with either wings or horns on there. It's pretty cool.
It's kind of what she's supposed to be. Okay, so we have to find 2 more entry paths.
Oh, that looks like a Japanese like little thing they have on bridges and stuff, like a
it's also
archway or something.
A gateway that they have in Japan too. That's, I believe it's part of like Japanese shrines, but I don't really know a lot about their spiritualism. So
yeah, neither do I really. But I have seen that. I think I have seen that on like photographs of shrines and stuff like that.
Now, when I just utilized the super move like that, while it's a very powerful ability to take down large groups of enemies, it also removes your meter up there.
Oh,
so
okay.
It also uses your soul energy or your chi or whatever you want to call it in this game. I don't even think they really tell you. I've played this game both on the Japanese eShop, like back when it, you know, came out. And I thought about doing a series, but I thought like the Japanese text would kind of bother people. So when this game came out in April and it's available in the US for $5, I mean, you know.
Yeah, I'm really glad that they moved it and put it in English, and they probably translated it to other languages too, for other places to get it.
I don't know if they actually have done it in other regions.
So they probably just did English then.
I believe it's Japanese, English, and they have like one more language that they do.
Okay.
I think it's like Mandarin.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah,
But this game, I mean, it feels like an awesome student project, and it really brings you back to that retro vibe, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And these games are actually still made today in Japan. They would be called like fan games, or like people trying to, again, make their way into the industry. Because there's so many different facets for ways for people to, in Japan, to be able to break into this. You know, they're indies. They had indies way before we did, if you think about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because they would sell their games at like conventions and other things.
It's kind of like independent manga artists and stuff would be the same with like people making a game stuff. I mean, you have to start somewhere. That makes sense. I mean, making a simple game to show off what you can do totally makes sense.
But even though this game is like really simple, I would say it's a lot of fun. I got up to the, I believe it was the second level without any problems.
I mean, it has a lot of detail to it for a simple game, and it's very well done. And just has a lot of nice colors, music, everything goes together really well.
Yep, it meshes really well together. So what we need to do now is find a way to get over to that button. And there is some like classic Zelda elements too, like pushing blocks and stuff like that. You can see the block that's right down there. I just need to collect these, and we push this up, and then we'll have Kamiko or Yamato step into here, and we'll be able to access the chest over there. So there's a lot of these simple nods to classic adventure games, basically. So people that grew up with stuff like this from the 80s and 90s, I mean, I think you'll really like this game. And, you know, it's really not bad for the selling price. And what you hope for is, because this was a small team and you have no idea how long it took them to make this game, I'm sure this started out as like something that was going to be put on the Wii U originally.
Yeah.
You know, and they just like enhanced it a little bit. Like, it's a very vibrant looking game.
Yeah, I really...
Very crisp visuals.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
But because it was such a small man team, I would really like to see a sequel to this.
Definitely.
Like more of like what happened to the world and stuff like that. So...
Yeah, I mean, it would be cool to know a little bit more of the story and everything, but I kind of like, I like these type of games that are you just jump into the action, because you can kind of imagine the story yourself, and then, you know, and then when they do tell you a little bit more of the story, it's like you kind of have to work to get to that point. Like, you know, I don't know what it is, but it's like more of a mystery, like... I'm trying to say something, but I don't know. Maybe I'm trying... It would be cool to know a little bit more of the story, but I do like just action games too, I guess.
Oh, this is very action-oriented, and we're actually running low on health, so you can get the health crystals. They're kind of like diamonds-like. They're hidden inside pots. They're in chests for upgrades, like there. So now we've increased our health
instead
overall.
Of hearts, you have diamonds.
But what's different about this than Zelda is when you collect a new heart container, or, you know, diamond container in this, it doesn't actually replenish your health. You still have to go through the level and find where the gems are hidden, like either in the grass or pots or whatever.
So you just get the container.
Right. There is a decent amount of challenge to this game. So keep that in mind. It's definitely for people who love retro games.
Yeah, I don't think I could play this. So.
It's actually pretty easy. You just have to remember that your health doesn't regenerate when you find upgrades, and there's really no upgrades. There's upgrades to your health, and there's stuff that you can get to increase your magic meter or soul meter, whatever you want to call it. But in terms of new abilities, what you have at the beginning of the game, just like in the original Zelda, you get a sword, you go out on your way defeating enemies. And then you learn over time, okay, I have like a spin attack move if I hold in the Y button, or I have like 3 sword slices if I tap my, you know, attack button. That's it.
Yeah. That's it.
And I haven't gotten the chance to play as the other girl characters yet. I know one of them's an archer and one of them shoots magic, but I haven't actually got to go through and play the game with them yet.
I like the blue-haired girl.
Yeah, I like Yamato too. I like the sword stuff, so. All right, so here, I was actually confused by this the very first time. You can actually use both of these like power-ups that you find to increase your health and your overall like soul meter. Whereas usually in other adventure games, you get to choose one or the other. Are you going to upgrade your health, or are you going to upgrade your mana?
Yeah, but you get to use both.
You get to use both in this.
That's cool.
And this is your typical end stage boss. Although what's different about this is the enemies that spawn here, they'll continually respawn when you beat them. So what we need to do is we need to trick this weird box creature to follow us onto these switches so that we can defeat him.
Switches.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ow. And there's no health in this area, so probably gonna die.
So it's like you set traps for him or something.
Kind of. And notice how the red eye is the only ones that are real. The only way to damage the enemy is to get his weird eye out of him.
Oh.
And then to trick him to like fight us again. So by standing on the switches, he jumps over here. And notice how he's increasing his speed just a little bit each time.
Yeah. That does remind me of Zelda a little bit. So.
But we do have a dash ability like the Pegasus boots from A Link to the Past. You just have to hold in the B button.
I mean, it's definitely, I don't know, it feels like a quality game, and like in the whole way that they set it up, it kind of makes you realize like how, I don't know, how much work went into the Zelda games and stuff like that you don't even realize. It's like they really were cut above everybody else. Several hits.
Come on. Alright, I'm trying to train this guy to do this. Come on. There we go.
Nice.
And usually with the bosses, I believe it's 3 hits and 3 kills, so this is his last time, and then we'll get zapped to the next level. There we go. See? Pretty simple. Each boss has a very defined way of beating them that you'll be able to figure out probably within about 5 minutes to the fight.
Cool.
And you can see the stages are very short if you know what you're doing. But anyway, guys and gals, that pretty much does it for the first episode of Kamiko.
Cute.
With our warrior, Yamato. Or Yamato, or whatever.
She's like in a little schoolgirl outfit.
Yep. So join us next time as we take a look at Chapter 2, The Sunken Relics. And this is actually my favorite level in the game, so I can't wait to just hang out with you guys again. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, the KwingsLetsPlays channel has something new every single day. God bless and happy gaming.
See ya!